I'm Steve Cluck.
And I'm Tulsa's Mayor, Dewey Bartlett.
And this is the Ballyhoo Show. I'm really excited that you're here. This is a great coup for the Ballyhoo Show to have the mayor of Tulsa. So obviously we've got to start with the most pressing question that all of the world is concerned with, and that is, what does the fox say?
I think the fox is saying Cab Calloway, hidey, 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 ho. A little different version of it, but I think that's what he's got up his paw or his sleeve, whatever it is.
And then a lot of people are using the Netflix these days. Mm-hmm. They call it the Netflix. So what is in your Netflix queue?
Well, I wish I did have time to see him. I like to see kind of a variety. I like to see anything to do with history, especially World War II. People like Winston Churchill.
What does your night out in Tulsa look like?
Victoria and I go out to eat quite a bit because we work late hours and we really don't have time to eat at home. So we go to a lot of restaurants. What we normally like to do, what we've always done, is we don't really sit at a table. We like to sit at the bar because it's just, I don't know, it's a bar. And so you sit at bars, you don't sit at tables. So we sit at a bar and have dinner at the bar, but it's a great way to talk to other people. Mm-hmm. Check out the bartender, see what he or she's talking about, and see what they're up to. And I don't know, it's just see the TV better if there's a good sports event going on. So that's what we like to do at night.
What is your geekdom?
Photography. I love photography, and I've been doing it for about 30 some odd years, still photography.
And on that related note, who is your favorite artist?
It is a fellow named Bill Raybon.
Mm-hmm.
There was a great musician in Tulsa that really had a lot to do with the Tulsa sound, named J.J. Cale, Johnny Cale. And he died not too long ago, this past summer. His first album was called Naturally, and on the cover was a painting of a raccoon in a top hat, had a cane, had a red vest on, and I have that original painting in my house. So.
Nice. As an artist myself, I've always been impressed that I see you out at art events. Like you actually will just be at an opening at the Doran Gallery or Mayfest or any number of art events, and I've always been impressed that you're involved in our local art scene. What is your favorite food?
It would be barbecue. There are so many great barbecue restaurants around Oklahoma, around Tulsa. Tulsa, I like Albert G's.
What is your guilty pleasure?
As far as food goes, it's ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I love chocolate, especially hot fudge sundaes. Chocolate sundaes or hot fudge sundaes, either one.
What made you want to get into politics?
My father, of course, was in politics, and I got to see it from the inside looking out, and I really didn't like it, so I really had no desire at all to be in politics, but I eventually figured out that we all have different things we can do to help. Either help ourselves or help our family, help the community, whatever it is. And I figured out that I might have an opportunity to help through politics.
What achievement while serving as mayor are you most proud of?
It's a little different than what most people would say, but it was several years ago on Good Friday. There were two guys that were going through a north side neighborhood about 1, 2, 3 in the morning and were shooting people, and they shot 5 African Americans, killed 3. Immediately, the national media thought that we were revisiting our racist past from the race riot, as an example. And so they were calling me up. Reverend Jesse Jackson came to town. Others were hot on his heels to come here to accuse us of all sorts of terrible things. But because of the relationship that Victoria and I have with many of the Northside pastors, the African American church in particular, churches, we were able to collectively say that Tulsa is not that way anymore. We've changed, and we embrace our diversity, and we really embrace our oneness as one Tulsa. And I would say many times that this community of Tulsa, Oklahoma is outraged because some of our community has been shot and killed or injured, and that we are totally repulsed by what happened in the past. But we embrace the diversity now and in our future, and we welcome that diversity. And fortunately, Jesse Jackson was very surprised when Reverend Anthony Scott stood up and said to Reverend Jackson, no, Reverend Jackson, the mayor, is okay. He's one of us. He's a good man. We then started talking about economic development, and I asked him what he could do to help us in economic development, and he was surprised. So that led to a lot of good things happening, but at the end of the day, the media went away knowing that Tulsa is not like it was in the past. We really have gone over a very big threshold that we are a good city.
That's excellent.
I was happy with that, very pleased with that.
What would surprise someone to know about you?
I play the harmonica. I wish I would have brought it with me. It would have been a perfect time for me to whip it out and start playing little tunes, but that'll be another show.
Obviously, we're on the Tulsa Feed. Have you had the chance to watch any of our shows, and what have you learned from the Tulsa Feed?
Well, I liked it. I like it very much because it's spontaneous. Has good graphics. I like the graphics, but I like the spontaneity to it. Just the conversation back and forth, like you and I are talking. It's not canned. It's not kind of the usual blood and guts kind of story. It's interesting to Tulsa.
If you had your own show on the Tulsa Feed, what would be the focus? What would be the topic?
I think it'd be probably what interests me a lot. Just it'd be music, a lot of, and also photography.
And obviously the election is Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all very excited about it. Tulsa seems like there's just been so much buzz going on. And if you were to be elected or re-elected in this case, what would be your primary goal as mayor?
Economic development. I really think that is the cornerstone of responsibility of a mayor and of a government is economic development.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'd like to give you, as a token of appreciation,
Sure.
I Heart Tulsa mug for your desk.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yes.
This will definitely be there. How about that? Thank you.
Do you have anything you'd like to get off your chest and tell the audience?
Well, the most cutting thing is obviously is I hope that you all enjoy this show, and I hope you subscribe to this immediately. Don't stand there. Stand up. Get off the chair. Go to the phone. Go to the computer. Whatever you can do. Subscribe now. Thank you.